Great. So welcome, everyone. When we started IFI around 3 years ago, this is what we wanted. We wanted to have a venue for people who are excited about physics and AI to come together in person. And now finally, pandemic over, this is our second iteration of our IFI workshop, now expanded to a full week in order for us to have awesome dialogue at the intersection of physics and AI. So my name is Jessie Thaler. I'm the IFI director. And even though I'm wearing a purple shirt here, I've had basically nothing to do with the organization of this event. But everyone else with purple shirts is here both because they helped organize this workshop, but also because they can help you have any questions. And in particular, I want to give a shout out to our project management team of Marisa and Comfort, who have been dealing with all sorts of crises, including the most important crisis of this morning, which was the coffee crisis. And in addition to coffee, we know that the most important thing that physicists and AI experts need in order to function usefully in society is coffee and, of course, Wi-Fi. And so if you haven't gotten onto the Wi-Fi, you can either use EduRoam or New Wave Guest in order to get your Wi-Fi access. But hopefully the talks that you're going to be here today are going to be so exhilarating that you won't be checking your phone every 5 seconds, unless you're doing it, of course, to tweet or X about all the awesome things that are happening at the workshop today. So for those of you who don't know what IFI is a joint venture between MIT, Harvard, Northeastern, and Tufts University, sponsored by the National Science Foundation, to bring together the AI and physics communities. And there are kind of 3 pillars to what we're doing here in IFI. One is pioneering interdisciplinary research. And so this graphic there is a collaboration between myself, Demba Ba at Harvard, Abhi Tassisa at Tufts University, my student Rekab, and then Akshuna, who I think is in the audience today, working on a way of doing density estimation, taking insights from the particle physics and generative modeling communities together. We're also trying to empower the next generation of talent. So this image here in the middle is from our last year's iteration of the IFI Summer School and Workshop. And it's really great to see people connecting to each other, but also building up their skill set at this intersection. And then finally, building a dynamic community both across disciplines, across physics, mathematics, computer science, statistics, and so on, but also multi-generational. And so part of what you're going to hear about in this week is both people at the faculty level, people at the postdoc level, even at the grad student level, sharing some of the great work that they're doing at this intersection. Now, in terms of giving some of these introductory things, I could give you more of an introduction, but instead, actually, an IFI fellow, Siddharth Mishra Sharma, as well as my student Rekab and a postdoc, Carrie Cicerodi, played an April Fool's joke on me. And instead of Chat GPT, they developed Chat Jessie, which is a prompt-engineered version of GPT, which mimics a cybernetic physicist sent back in time to fuse techniques from quantum field theory and machine learning. And it turns out that Chat Jessie mimics many attributes of my personality in a shocking way. And so this past weekend, I was actually spending my whole weekend in bed. If people want to know why I'm doing that, is because I was trying to minimize my elbow loss. And so if you see me run out of the room, it's because I'm trying to do gradient descent out of nausea. But anyway, you can take the prompt augmented to have in 1 to 2 sentences, welcome attendees to the week-long 2023 IFI Summer Workshop. And in true Jessie Thaler style, this is what it came up with. Welcome, fellow physicists and AI enthusiasts, to the electrifying IFI Summer Workshop 2023. I'm Jessie Thaler, your friendly neighborhood theoretical physicist and director of IFI. Get ready to dive into the deep end of cutting-edge research at the intersection of fundamental physics and machine learning. Together, we'll unlock the secrets of the universe, one algorithm at a time, and have a positively charged week of collaboration and discovery. As you can see, the type of hallucinations that ChatGPT does is that whenever a physics pun can be inserted, it will do so very freely. But let me tell you just a little bit more about some of the things that are going on at our institute. So kind of the premise, both of this workshop and of our institute, is bringing together the kind of AI foundations and the power of machine learning to process large, rich data sets, and then physics theory and experiment, the first principles and best practices from fundamental interactions, and think about both the how can AI affect physics by enabling physics discoveries, by developing and deploying the next generation of AI technologies, but also the way that physics concepts can influence AI, and galvanizing AI innovation by incorporating physics intelligence into artificial intelligence. And the span of talks this week is really amazing. We have people from physics theory, physics experiment, and our AI foundations. And the span of topics in our poster sessions in particular is quite broad and really exciting. Some of the other things that are going on in IAIFI, well, if you want to follow us, here are all the various ways, our mailing list, X, YouTube, LinkedIn. But let me just give you a whirlwind tour of just some of the things that we're most proud of here at IAIFI. So I don't know if Boris is in the audience here, but what? There you go. So normally when you have colloquia are done with slides, but Boris took the opportunity to give an IAIFI colloquium on the chalkboard. And we're continuing this monthly series where folks come to the Boston area, present about their work, and then it's broadcast on YouTube. And here are the colloquium dates with speakers to be announced, basically one per month for the fall and spring semesters. You can catch up on our past colloquia on our YouTube channel. So that's one of the things that we're doing in terms of bringing outside experts into IAIFI. One of our flagship programs is our IAIFI Fellows Program. And so if any of you are thinking about entering into the postdoctoral career stage or know people who are entering into the postdoctoral career stage, we now have applications open for the, I guess this is now for the 4th round of IAIFI Fellows. Deadline is October 10th. And our first 3 rounds of IAIFI Fellows have really spectacular talent across a range of disciplines, and many of these folks are going to be here today. So Anna, Dee, Siddharth, Dennis, and Jessie are going to be, and Alex are going to be presenting various aspects of the work in this workshop this week. And so again, this is kind of our flagship program. It's really been amazing to see the career development opportunities made possible by this program. Specifically at MIT, we're trying to actually codify this idea of interdisciplinary training between the AI and physics worlds. So the MIT Physics Department has paired up with the MIT Statistics and Data Science Center to make an interdisciplinary PhD program. It's currently only open to MIT physics students, but it's really trying to inject domain knowledge in statistics and data science and provide a verifiable credential so that folks who come from the physics world can actually participate in career trajectories that land them in the more general data science community. We also have, again, our summer school and workshop. So this is a photo from last week. So actually, just by show of hands, how many of those in the room right now were at the summer school last week? Okay, excellent. And it's great to see so many of you are returning, including some of our lecturers are returning. And for me, it was really kind of an amazing event to see the next generation discussing, learning about the latest and greatest techniques and technologies. And really want to thank the National Science Foundation for supporting this, as well as Northeastern for helping subsidize the use of the space, and DeepMind for their financial support to the summer school, and also to Google, who gave ample cloud credits so that the students could actually do some of the tutorials basically in real time and get hands-on experience in using AI tools. Okay, so now we're here at this workshop. Again, this is the second of these workshops. Last year, we only did 2 days because we thought, oh, who would really want to come, to an event like this? And it turns out a lot of people want to come to an event like this. So we spread it out into a whole 5 days, including plenary talks and poster sessions and parallel sessions. There's 150 folks here in person from 12 different countries. And apparently, according to this map, Rutgers is an island all to its own. You can see, of course, a heavy involvement from folks who are in the Boston area, including MIT, Harvard, Northeastern, and Tufts University, as well as some people who self-identify as members of IAIFI, not for any institution, but identify as IAIFI, which is really amazing. There is going to be various networking events where food is provided, including this evening. There's a poster session with dinner afterwards. And then there's going to be a lunch mixer on Wednesday. And then there's going to be, other networking opportunities, including coffee breaks, lunch breaks, and then there's going to be an informal meetup at the Owl's Nest on the Esplanade this Wednesday. A great chance to kind of hang out by the river and get some beers.